Hello, my name is Visor, and welcome to episode 27 of Let's Play The Witcher 2, Iorveth side. Last episode, we ended chapter 2 by winning the war with Henselt, but it turns out Saskia has been brainwashed by Philippa. So Geralt and Iorveth are heading to Loch Moyne to hopefully solve that problem. But before they arrive, we gotta watch a few things.
Sheila de Tanserville. I'd sensed from the start that some dark mystery lay behind that cold countenance. Following the demise of the Council and Conclave, there was no one left to keep the mages in line. But regicide? Why? What was this all about? It seemed these questions would be answered at Loch Moyne, an ancient city amidst mountains, the remnants of the civilization of the Vrans, whose dusk had come long ago. And you would be right to ask, why did you not set out for Loch Moyne, Master Dandelion? Vergen was free. Yet what is freedom without its awareness? It might too easily pass from hand to hand were a nation to lack individuals capable of pointing the way. I remained in the Palantir Valley. That is the task fate seemed to assign me, to safeguard freedom as it budded and bloomed. Who knows, I may yet prove freedom's bard. Yet forever feeling a vast, shared responsibility for the fate of the North, I dispatched to Loch Moyne my faithful and capable friend, Geralt of Rivia. Have I mentioned his disdain for politics? Well, it was at Loch Moyne where he could finally give vent to it.
Even gezien?
Asire varanheid.
Me voltocht en geheerd ven. Me vertrouwen het een bellengrek.
Visse dein ip kiezeret. Net en verbtene. Het en krisa. Do you know what this is?
I know.
Who it is?
Triss Marigold. Until recently advisor to King Foltest. Artifact compression. Complicated spell.
Is she alive?
Her life processes are on hold. But it is reversible. Though, very difficult.
You created a portal between Loch Moyne and Nilfgaard. You should manage the figurine.
Stand back. I cannot be sure how her body will react to decompression.
No pentagrams, candles, spilt blood.
It figures you do know little about magic, Ambassador. It matters not.
We need her alive, Asira. Make sure her body survives decompression well.
I'll do what I can. But she will be disoriented for some time. What is your name? Oh! Tell me your name. Triss!
Visse getocht gedein. Visse espeit ep wovret. Dartocht ep nedling derien. Mehen a veneens ep turin. Me puft en alverdeg. Marigold. Your name is Triss Marigold.
Well, that was interesting. And probably a problem. Whatever. It's kind of weird that Dandelion mentioned regicide in the intro, though, because technically no one knows about it, but whatever. Here's Geralt and Iorveth again. We're gonna make it through this canyon, and it's full of harpies, which is, I guess, not a big deal, but they're kind of annoying.
I recognize this valley. This path leads to the city gates.
Unfortunately, Iorveth decides this is a good place to tell you a story, but there are harpies everywhere and they're loud as hell. Really not a great place for a story. Still though, I don't think I'm going to be collecting their bits because, yeah, they sell well, but I don't really need more money.
Harpy tracks everywhere. When were you here last?
Overall, the story here, I think it's mostly just to fill up the gap. So it's just not harpy murder constantly. I guess that's okay. Anyway though, I'm going to switch back to Igni. I mean, art's not bad. It does knock harpies on their ass, but I put all these points into Igni for a reason, you know?
Wasting time. These mountains have witnessed the fall of two civilizations. First
I think if Iorveth's not directly in front of you or behind you, his voice actually sort of dies off. It's kind of weird. I'm not really sure how that algorithm works, but whatever. Either way, though, the important thing is Loch Moin used to belong to the elves, and before that, the Ran.
They may be about to witness the fall of the elves conquered the lands.
Alright, more harpies. No big deal. At least Iorveth is using a sword now. It's pretty good with those. Wait, is he using a sword? Oh, he is using a sword. I thought he might be using his stupid bow still. I don't think his bow damage is bad. I'm just not a big fan of it compared to his sword play.
No, disease did, and the climate. Long ago, the sources of the Pontar did not freeze over and flowed all year. Flowers still bloomed on these slopes in Velen.
Huh. Alright, so climate change took out the giant lizard man. Guess that makes sense, in a way. Alright, so here are the Knights of the Flaming Rose. They're around the city for some reason. Kind of racist, too, as well.
Knights of the Flaming Rose at a peace summit.
I wonder whose side they're on.
On that of whoever paid them.
Considering how you are a fugitive kingslayer and a rebellious elf, yeah, they're not gonna let you through.
Any idea who might have summoned them?
Radovid. Now the scum of the Order wear the Redanian coat of arms as they burn pyres. Witch hunts are their favorite pastime, or so I've heard.
Radovid witnessed what the Order did in Vizima. He saw the Grand Master's madness with his own eyes. Yet he gave them a new home. For a good reason, I expect.
That's easy. He needed a whip against Isleheart.
Alright, but still, at least they are outside of the city walls and not inside of the city.
They've made camp outside the city walls. Means they're not here in an official capacity.
Are they on vacation?
Maybe they just don't want to stand out.
Isleheart has a dragon up her sleeve. Radovid has invited a unit of the Order's knights.
Don't forget Sheila and Henselt.
It should be an interesting peace summit.
So how the hell are we gonna get in here?
You shouldn't let them see you.
I know. To them, a good elf is a dead elf.
It's not because you're an elf. It's because you're Iorveth.
I'll try to enter the city through the caves. I'd advise you to do the same.
The knights will know I'm wanted. You know of a passage?
I know of a cave nearby. There are many ways to enter Loch Moin, my friend. If Radovid has summoned the Order, I'm certain the others have brought their armies as well. The city must be full of soldiers. All of them sitting as if on a witch's bomb, waiting for a spark. But that may be to our advantage. If the rulers have holed themselves up in camps, it should be easy to move about between them.
Let's go before we get noticed.
Alright, so you can actually go through the Order of the Flame Rose's camp on Roach side, or if in the first game you sided with them and didn't kill somebody who's important and later on became the new leader. Unfortunately, I don't think you get that if you go with the default settings, so we're not going to head in that general direction. Alternatively, you can actually go in there, get arrested, which will help you find Philippa, but that's not what we want to do. Instead, we want to use these tunnels over here like Iorveth said. Sort of.
Medallion again.
Instead, I will fight these arachnists first, because, well, there's something pretty good here. I do have to push through quickly, though, because there's actually one right behind me coming from the other direction. Rather not get hit from behind. They do block a lot, though. I mean, I guess I could use Ard, but just really need to not die. Oh, actually, the other one burned down. That's cool. Alright, just gotta make sure we don't die to this one. Ooh, spraying some poison. No big deal, though. And pretty close. Come on. Just need 2 good hits. Seriously? Alright. That should do. There we go. We didn't die, so that's fine. Anyway, in this general area, there's some loot. Well, besides the monster bits we just made, there's usually some gold over here, though it doesn't look like it this time. Yeah, there's no gold this time. Then it's a bunch of garbage, 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 and a skeleton over here contains a nice silver sword. So let's get that. It's the Death Wind. It's really good against large minions and gargoyles. In fact, we may not keep it, but we'll put some runes into it. Let's see, I have some... well, I have some sun runes. I guess I could use those. Really thought I had more fire runes, though. I'm not seeing them, so whatever. I'll throw in the sun runes. Oh, wait, there's the, where did they... Saw it for a minute there. Where did... No. There's the fire rune. Yeah, I kind of screwed up in the order. Anyway, so there are the runes. It's not bad. Does more damage than our current steel sword, so pretty good. We get a new one eventually anyway. Now that's out of the way, let's follow back into Iorveth's cave. We definitely want this nice silver sword because it is very effective against all the things we find in the cave. Like, I don't know, maybe another one of those. Anyway, let's see what Iorveth's got to say about this place.
Good you're here. Look what I found.
Keep your distance.
Already forgotten that a similar creature hung around my cave.
Alright, let's get going. There are a bunch of smaller ones around the way. Well, whatever these things are. I actually forget. But I can kill them fairly easily, so it's not a big deal. I did equip the sword, didn't I? I did, just make sure. Admittedly, my health is a little low, so it is kind of dangerous, but I should be okay. Worst case scenario, I guess I'll take some potions. I mean, look how much damage that did. Alright, one more. Beautiful. Now let's get rid of the remaining little whatever warriors there are. They're not Arachnids, I forget what they're called. Intrigues, maybe? Dead, or... yeah, the body's falling over. Cool. Alright, let's keep on going. Honestly, I don't get why he uses both. He's really good with the sword anyway. Like, a lot of times in these monster fights, he'll just sit back, shoot his bow. It's not like he's Roach, who's really not great at either. Whatever. Anyway, we're almost out of these caves. And we're gonna pop out, not really in Loch Moin, just sort of around it. I mean, it is a city in ruins. You can find a lot of weird paths into it. Assuming Iorveth ever gets here. Goddamn.
There's a forested valley on the other side of the city, once teeming with wildlife. It's now dead. The royal delegations arrived here that way.
Cool. So we're almost in the city. We just gotta jump one broken wall. There are a lot of harpies here, though. I actually should probably play a little carefully. Especially since my health is actually still rather low. I didn't give it any time to regenerate. And actually, you don't actually have to wait for it to regenerate. What you could do is meditate, and pretty much your natural regeneration will begin. It seems to work that way. Something like that. Anyway, though, since there's so many harpy bodies here, I think I want to pick up some of it. I mean, this is pretty effective farming, I think.
I know. That's why we went around. What exactly killed the Vrans?
As the years went by and the climate turned cooler, the lands had less and less food. Their hunters descended to the lowlands, where they encountered the first human settlers and their plagues, typhus, dysentery, and pneumonia. The Vrans began to fall ill. They tried to save themselves, building an aqueduct and sewers that rivaled today's. But it grew colder, and the canals remained frozen for most of the year.
That's a nice history lesson from Iorveth.
When the elves arrived, they encountered only ghosts, a dead city falling into ruin. The Enshe rebuilt it, restored its former beauty. Humans did not arrive here for many more years. Marshal Raupenek then swiftly proved himself more deadly than all diseases combined. He attacked at night, murdering all the city's inhabitants. Most families died in their homes. The fires raged on for days.
dragon fire can turn a city into a flaming tomb much quicker than Raupenek's arsonists. Philippa has a hold over Saskia, and she's not afraid to use her. We need to hurry.
Alright, enough history, I guess. Back to today.
We're in Lochmuin.
We're on the fringes somewhere. We should find what we came for nearer the main quarters.
Let's go.
Alright. So remember how the silver sword is good against gargoyles? Well, that's going to be very important real soon. Yeah, gargoyles. Fun. So these guys will fall out of the sky. I think they're trying to hit you sometimes, but I'm not really 100% sure. Targeting's a little weird. Anyway, though, they usually die in about 2 hits plus change, so it's not too bad. You need to take them out real quick. However, this doesn't really deal with the issue. They're actually here for a separate quest, which we can actually, might as well take care of. I don't really have all the quest information, but whatever, we can do it. Basically, down here in this tunnel area, you'll find a room full of glowing runes and a treasure chest. We're going to raid that real quick. Basically, you need to know what these runes mean. And additionally, you need to know this little document over here. So this says, a doe's long shadow, the moon quietly moans, it's autumn already. Alright, a doe is an animal. So we're looking for the animal rune, which looks like a S or a snake, which is this thing over here. So we're going to take that out real quick. Now, supposedly, one of these symbols is, well, I consider it art. At least that's how I learned it. The moon quietly moans. Moon is being sky. Sky is the box with a line across it. Moan, I'm going with art, because the symbol's actually called the death symbol. But moaning, I don't know, that doesn't really relate to death nearly as much. Well, it doesn't really relate to art either, but it makes more sense with the other puzzles. There are other rooms like this. So we'll get rid of that. And the final one was talking about autumn. In the autumn already. So that's time. Time is the symbol that looks like an hourglass. Well, a broken hourglass. And there we go. So we unlock the chest, get a diagram for some cool armor, as well as a quest item. We'll take care of that stuff later on in this chapter. Anyway, that's out of the way, so let's continue with Iorveth. Now, since you came into the city as a fugitive kingslayer and rebellious elf, the guards all over the place aren't very keen on you. So you can't go explore the Temerian area, you can't explore any of the king's areas because they all have guards. So you're sort of stuck in the main parts, and even then you might still have to fight some guards. Now, this is not like the other towns where if you get attacked by the guards, you're arrested immediately or shot with full arrows. In this case, you can actually fight them off, which isn't too bad. Anyway, so over here, though, we're going to see a bunch of guards talking about someone.
They gagged Philippa in the nick of time. She almost cast a spell, rotting in the Redanian dungeon now in special shackles.
Radovid's right to show the witches their place.
I wonder what they'll do to her. Either the executioner or the monsters will have their fun. They say Lochmuin's dungeons are full of scum of all kinds.
No idea what they locked her up for, but every sorceress is guilty of something.
True enough. Not likely to see anyone weeping for her.
A dungeon befits Philippa Eilhart very well, though gallows would be even better.
If they killed her, you can forget about healing Saskia.
They must guard her as heavily as the Emperor's bedchamber. We'll not get in there.
I'm in no hurry to visit the Emperor's bedchamber, but we've got to get into the dungeon.
Look for a passage through the sewers. I'll locate Eilhart's quarters. If she didn't expect to be arrested, I may find something interesting there.
Alright, that sounds like a plan. Now, like I said, you can let them arrest you, and it does sort of speed up the mission, but there are a few other things I want to do first. So,
the tunnels beneath the city sound reasonable.
They used to lead almost everywhere, though some passages may have collapsed during the fires.
It's still worth a shot.
Let's go then.
I'll find Philippa. You search her quarters.
Right. We learned a lot the last time we browsed through her things. Va fail, Gwynblade.
okay, so now we have a chance to explore Lochmuin. Just gotta watch out for guards, but other than that, we're free to do whatever we want. And what I currently want to do is do some side quests and upgrade my equipment. But we'll have to do that next episode. Until then, I hope you like this video and we'll be back. And of course, thank you very much for watching.